the vocabulary. So I think as we're moving on, the vocabulary is going to get more and more difficult. So I wanted to give you a list of the vocabulary for Unit 4. And I want you to pay attention. If it's bolded, that means it's considered academic word or an academic vocabulary set word. So these are words that you can use in an academic setting that and enhances your writing and your work. So let's go over these quick 48 words. Anxiety is like nervous. Arab Spring refers to a period when there was revolution occurring in Middle Eastern countries, where Twitter was used heavily to to give up to the minute results and data and information because the government was trying to quiet the people, but the people were able to protest and get the word out using Twitter. Blog. A blog is like an online journal where people can post their ideas and thoughts. A blogger is a person who does that. Breaking news is news that's like occurring right at the moment. Maybe there's been a shooting, maybe there's an earthquake, maybe there's something that people need to know. A bully. A bully is someone who pushes other people around to get what they want. Chatting, just talking easily back and forth between people. Compassion. Compassion is a feeling like empathy where you care about what the other people are going through and you feel bad or happy for them. Contend, to put up with. You have to contend with it, you have to put up with it. Convenient, easy to use, easy access. Demonstration. So a demonstration, academic word, is on one hand, the way it's being used here is not very academic, and I'll explain. A demonstration is like a protest when people stand out in front of an embassy or in front of a company. Let's say like CPCC decides to stop paying teachers, then all of the teachers are going to stand outside with signs saying pay the teachers. That's a demonstration. However, when it's an academic word, demonstration means an example or a showing, like a science demonstration. You literally show people how to do what you're doing. Like if you go to the grocery store and they show you how to use this newest frying pan, that's a demonstration. That's the more academic way of using it. Detrimental. Ooh, good word. Good word. I don't know why it's not academic, but it's not. Detrimental means to have negative consequences or effects, to not be good for you. Staying up late, eating junk food is detrimental to your health. Developmental. Developmental is things used to enhance or improve things. Maybe you're like this class, I would say, is a developmental class. We're learning skills and abilities that will assist us in the future. Disorders. Disorders are any mental illness or sickness or problems like that. Maybe there's an issue that's affecting someone and causing them to not succeed. That could be a disorder. Diagnosed. Diagnosed is a doctor has told you what your problem is. They look at all the information and data and they'll tell you what your problem is. A lot of people like to do self-diagnosis, which means they look to the internet and say, oh, I have these problems. Let me put it into Google and see what I have. Oh, I have cancer. Oh. But a real doctor will look at it and go, oh, you've got a headache. Distraction. What was that? Distractions are anything that make you lose focus or attention. Dry cleaning. So, okay, I just found out about dry cleaning. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's like I didn't really know what it was. But it's a way of cleaning your clothes. What they do is they pour chemicals on your clothes that are lighter than water, and that causes all of the stuff to come out, all of the dirt and soil that's deep inside to come out, and then it can just dry. And so you're actually not using water. What happened was like I don't know when, but you can look it up later. A guy spilled kerosene, which is like a very flammable oil gas, on his clothes, and he noticed after it dried, his clothes were much cleaner. And so for a long time, they were using that. But if you smoke and use kerosene, bad. So they've come up with more chemicals. But I never knew that. I never knew. I thought maybe it was I didn't know. I just dropped my shirt off and I'd come back and it'd be magic. Endeavor. Endeavor is to start on or to begin a journey or a trip or a process. I endeavor to lose weight. So I started a diet, something like that. Explicit, great word, great word. If you can drop explicit in a sentence, wee, that sounds good. So to explicitly state something is to state it as clearly and as bluntly and as easily as possible. Um, for example, my mom will be like, "Oh, does anyone want to go to Bojangles?" Instead of if she just said, "Hey guys, I would like Bojangles." That's explicit. What she does is not explicit, and it drives us nuts. Facebook status. So old people use this website called Facebook, where they like to put up pictures of minions, I've noticed. And then you will say things and you will send a message out to everyone telling them what you're thinking or feeling, and that's called a status. Um, yes. Felony. A felony is a federal crime. It's a crime that the federal government will prosecute. So, for example, treason. The states can't prosecute treason because you can't commit treason against the state. So North Carolina, if I do treason against North Carolina, oh well. But I can do treason against America, and then that's a felony. Don't do it. Felonies are much worse. Founded. Founded means to have started and originated and began. So the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill is the oldest founded university in America, public university in America. The oldest university in America is Harvard, but it's private. UNC was founded and chartered first, but Georgia, the University of Georgia, actually opened its doors first. So there's lots of fights. I did my PhD at the University of Glasgow, which was founded in 1451. So before Columbus even found America, my university had started. Gaming, playing games online. Woo, ice in your veins, gaming. Have a steak. Have a steak. Oh, steak sounds good. I want to have a steak for dinner. But that's not what this means. Having a stake in something means you have a part of it. You have a percentage of either this, positive or negative. So if you invest in a company, you have a stake in it. You want it to do well. Hometown. Hometown is where you're from. My hometown is Charlotte. Ooh, I'm weird. Immediacy. Immediacy means in the immediate future, something that needs to happen soon. Incentive. Incentive. Incentive is a reward for doing something. It's carrot or stick. If you're trying to move a donkey, you can either use a carrot to make it move, or you can hit it with a stick. If you're using a carrot, that's an incentive. Ironic. Ironic is about irony, which is the opposite of what you expected to happen. Irony is annoying. There's no other way to express it. Journalism refers to news media, reporting news stories, doing interviews, stuff like that. That's all journalism. Minor. So there's a few ways of using minor. Here, a minor refers to a younger person, younger than 18. A minor could also be in college. If you have a major, you also have a minor. And that's the two main ways that minor will be used. Network. A network is a system of interconnected individuals or things that work together for a common purpose. So, for example, the internet is a network because all the computers are connected to each other. Neutral. Neutral is like in your car. You have park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Well, neutral here means not to take one side or the other. So, for example, do you like Carolina? Do you like Duke? Or do you hate both? If you hate both, you're neutral. You just don't care. Things like that. Online means on the internet. That's not hard. Pediatrics are doctors for children. Podcasts are blogs, like we talked earlier. It's like a journal, but done orally. And it's kind of like a personal radio show. Some of them are fun and funny. I like funny ones. Some are serious. Some are just toxic. So be careful with what podcasts you listen to. Pornography. Naked pictures of people doing stuff naked in a sexual way. So why is, for example, a famous painting like Venus, where you can see her breast, why is that not pornography? Because it's not sexualized, it's art. So that's the big difference between pornography and art. Respondents. Respondents are people who respond to things. So if someone sends out if I send out an email and I say I need 5 people to tell me something, and 5 people respond, they are the respondents. Revolution. Revolution is anytime a group of people advocate for change, usually through violent, not necessarily violent, but normally violent means to topple a system that they deem unfair. Seek. Seek is to look, go out and look for. Sites. Sites are like so internet sites. These are places on the internet. It's a website. It's a place on the internet, a page on the internet, a blog on the internet. www dot blah 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 blah. Those are sites. Smartphone. I mean, it's just phone. I don't. Are there any dumb phones? I mean, like I think all phones are smartphones. Basically, it's any phone that's internet accessible if you can use the internet on it. Social media is it's kind of like networking where you connect and you share your personal thoughts and feelings. It's microblogging, it's posts, it's pictures, it's Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Uh, these are the big ones. Sums it up. Okay, this is considered an academic word, but I don't like it as an academic word for academic writing because it's 3 words. What it means is to summarize. And I think you could just say to summarize or summarily or in conclusion. You don't need sums it up, but that's just me. Texting. Texting is when you send a message on your phone. Tolerance is you can put up with and you can accept. Unfolding. Unfolding means as it's happening, things are unfolding and it's happening. Yes, that wasn't very clear. So as an event is occurring, it'll have a start, a middle, a finish. As it's moving through its progression, it is unfolding. Uprising. Uprising is another word for revolution. It's another word for demonstrations. It's a way of people fighting the system. Virtual. Virtual is anything that's based inside the internet and is not real and you can't really touch it. So for example, Pokemon Go, that's virtual. Or anything that's based in the internet that you can't actually hold is a virtual basing. All right, so these are the vocabulary words. I hope they help. Good luck.